What's up everyone, it's DV and I'm back in Roblox Islands and I'm going to show you how to make your own dance floor in Islands. It's going to be really cool. Let me show you how to do it. So we're going to come down to my dance club here and you can see this. Check this out. It's actually going. Actually looks really cool. Check it out. So I'm going to show you how to make this yourself. You can make a variant of this. This is just one of the designs, but you can, obviously do your own floor design. But you can see these are all LEDs and they actually change in and out depending on the time. So you can see it kind of blinks every now and then. And you can actually increase the speed of this too. If you wanted to go faster, you could do that. But before I begin, if you don't mind hitting that like button and smash the subscribe button if you're new to, that'd be awesome. So let's go ahead and dive into this and I'm going to show you exactly how I've set this up. So I'm going to go drop down so you can see under the dance floor. So this is actually one of the first uses of the sensor I've been able to use. So I actually have a couple sensors here and they actually control the dance floor. So I'm going to show you how to build this right now. I'm going to take this out and we're going to rebuild the dance floor. So we're going to go and do this up here right on top of my barn. Ignore this weird line. I don't know where this weird line is coming from. It seems to be a part of the engine itself. I'm not sure. It's weird. All right, so let's go ahead and get this floor going. So first what we need to do is we need to set up a light source, but what I'm going to do here is I'm going to bump this up a little bit like this. So we're going to get it off the floor a little bit and our dance floor is going to be up here, right? Because we're going to need some LEDs. So let's go ahead and get the LEDs out. So like this, and I'm just going to use these temporarily so I can build. So I'm going to keep this as simple as possible for you so you're not going to get confused or anything like that. We'll do 4 LEDs, okay? Like that. So we're going to go and get our solar panels. So we got some solar panels here. We're just going to put them over here. So these are going to be for group 1. This is going to be for group 2, okay? So there's 2 groups of power sources here. We need a couple sensors and some totems and stuff for coal. So let's go ahead and build this outwards just so I have some space for the coal. So let's get some conveyors. There we go. We have our conveyors. We're going to put some coal on these. We need lots and lots of coal. You can use stone too. I'm going to use coal. The more the better, by the way. So the more you have, the better. And sometimes you may need to reset them. So like if you relog in the game, you might have to reset these totems so that their timing's a little offset. So what that means is each of these actually have like a 30-second timer on, right? So each of these have a timer. And the thing is the timer starts as soon as you place the totem. So as soon as I place this totem, it's going to be 30 seconds. I place that one, it's 30 seconds from the time I place it. So eventually they're going to be offset by 1 second. And the more you have, the more likely these are just going to continue to stream, objects, right? The problem is if I reload the game, they're all going to be basically initialized at the same time. So they're all going to go off at the same time. All the timers. So these will all have the same exact timer for 30 seconds as if they were all created at the same time. So that's why sometimes when we say you need to reset them, it means you need to replace them. So again, now that I'm replacing this one's on its own timer separate from these 5. You get what I'm saying? If I were to reload, that is. They're already offset because I just placed them, in offset timing. So again, as soon as you place something, the timer starts. You place another thing, the timer starts from there. And that's how you get that offset for timers. Otherwise, as soon as I reload the game, all these are going to be on the same timer. Hopefully that makes sense. I mean, I'm trying to be as clear as possible on that, but hopefully that makes sense. All right, so now we need a randomizer because the randomizer is going to sort these randomly into different sensors. So now we got the randomizer. So now the coal is going to come through here randomly or here randomly. And so now we can set up our sensors. So let's go get those. So I got 2 sensors here and you'll notice how sensors work. As soon as they're powered, they do need power sources, but as soon as they're powered, you'll notice that they will trigger and they act like a button. So basically how a button works with the electrical update is it gives the item power for just like a couple seconds. So those like bathroom sinks, you have to press down and as soon as you let go, they kind of eventually auto shut off. That's kind of how these work, the sensors work. So you basically, as soon as it gets power, as soon as it senses one of these objects passing through, it'll give it power for a moment and then it'll shut off. Now, because it is turning nighttime here, we're going to lose some light and we're going to lose our power. So I'm going to go and use some coal generators temporarily in place of these because unfortunately the solar only works during the day, which is a big bummer. I hope they change that eventually, but it is a big bummer. Now, one thing I will tell you though is see how this coal is just sitting here? That's going to be a problem long term. So what I did at the bottom of my island was actually put holes in the ground so that they just fall into the void. That way they get removed from my island completely and deleted because you don't want coal sitting here unless you're going to farm it. Like you can farm it too. So this could be a coal auto farm for you, or you can even set it so that there's smelters on the other side of this. That'd be cool. Definitely try not to waste your resources as much as possible. But for this example, it doesn't matter. Just ignore that there's coal sitting down here. So now what I need to do is I need to power these coal generators and I need to get these going and hooked up. Let's get our wire tool. There it is. Now I'm going to hook up the generators from here into our sensor. So this one's going to go to this sensor. Actually, this one's going to go to the furthest sensor right there. And this one's going to go to this sensor right there. And then I'm going to hook these sensors to a group of LEDs, right? So I'm just going to kind of put these two are going to be a part of this group, and then these two are going to be a part of this group or this sensor. So now what's going to happen is as soon as the coal comes through, whichever sensor it hits, it's going to light up. See how I lit that one up? And it's going to do that one again. And then eventually it's going to go to the right. And then now both of them are going. So we start getting this like really cool random effect, right? Like a random light effect. And where we can get really interesting is if I added another randomizer. Watch this. So like this is what I really wanted to do. I just didn't have enough sensors. So I need to go get some more sensors real quick. All right. I was able to find some more sensors because man, they're so hard to find. I'm actually going to increase the value of the sensor because it is such a pain to find. But I've got some more randomizers here. So how I'm going to do this is I'm actually going to randomize all of these. So let's go ahead and let's see, that's 3. And then we're going to randomize one more. So unfortunately, we're going to have an extra though, right? We got 1, 2. No, we got 4. Okay, so that is 4. And then I'm going to put sensors at the end of each of these. Now, I would not recommend doing this many sensors. It is expensive. Unless you have a ton of coins and a ton of time. Otherwise, a couple of sensors is not too bad. All right, so there's 4 there. So we got 4, and I've got to hook up power to each of these. So now we're going to pass through the power. It is daylight, so we got the sun for a bit longer. So I'm going to go and disconnect these, and I'm going to hook up the solar panels real quick. So this one's going to go to this one. This one's going to go to that one. All right, so this one's connected. Let's connect this one to this other sensor over here. Running out of daylight. This one's gonna go in here, and this one's gonna go into this one right next to us, right there. And these are gonna come back out. So this is gonna plug into that one. Let's go and disconnect all these. So that one's connected. This one's connected next. This one's connected, and the last one here is connected to this one. So now we've got 4 conveyors going, and this won't be enough coal. So let me just tell you, there's not enough coal. We're gonna need a lot more coal coming through here. But you see how it's like variety, look it. That's really cool. So let's go ahead and add more coal to these. Let's add more coal so we can get a lot more coming through. It doesn't have to be coal, remember. So if you run out of totems, you can use stone totems. This should be plenty. So the nice thing about this is I can actually add more LEDs if I wanted to as well. So I'm actually going to do that real quick, show you how we build up on this. And then I'm going to show you the last piece here. So we'll put this one here, one right there, one right there. And I'm just going to daisy some of these, put some in there, some right there, hook this one up, and you see, it's pretty cool. You can just do these random groupings and use sensors to kind of determine which group is going to get hit next. So it looks a lot more natural than, say, you know, like a timer or something. A timer is a little bit more sequential, whereas this is like totally random. So you can see how fast you can go. If you had a lot more totems going, it would just be going really fast. So that is how you do that. Now what we do is we need to put some blocks in here. I like to put in different colored blocks. I'm going to use like green. And here's the thing, the wires are going to definitely get in the way. So see how the wires are in our way? So how we fix that is we actually put carpet down. Now you could use glass as well, like above. You can do a layer of glass on top of this. The problem is it just doesn't look as good. I've tried those. It just does not look good. Get rid of this glass. And then what you do is put carpet on top to block the wires so you don't see the wires. Of course, you're going to use a better looking pattern than this, I hope. And then just put a little border on it. And there you have your dance pad. And so we're going to wait for the daylight. And I'm going to show you what it looks like. All right, so daylight's starting to come out. So we can actually check out our dance pad. So we got the daylight out and you can see all the coal coming through. So again, you're going to need a lot more blocks in order to be able to make this even faster. So if I drop a bunch, you'll see this go way faster. So this was a lot of fun to make. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button and smash the subscribe button if you haven't already. And I will also be creating some additional build videos like this one. I have a couple other designs that I can't wait to share, including a cemetery and a dungeon. That's right. I've got some new builds coming. Can't wait to share those with you. And if you do create a really cool looking dance floor, I'd love to see it. Be sure to share that on Twitter at Dark Viper, or you can hit me up on Discord at discord.gg/dvplays. Join my community. So thanks again, and I will see you all tomorrow. Peace.